Those two ex-soldiers, Cooper Barrett and Logan Hayes, how did they become involved in the shooting?
They were at Kelly's, heard the gunfire, and acted instinctively.
Tax dollars at work. Too bad it worked out for Sonny and Jason.
Coop Barrett literally saved Maxie's life. I saw it. I was there. He was in complete control, calm and reassuring to the civilian, who in this case was my terrified daughter. And he took down the perp with solid nerves, deadly aim, and not a moment's hesitation.
Isn't that the kid who applied to the police academy?
Yeah.
How were his scores?
Highest on record.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it seems like yesterday I was just a kid, bottle shooting with a .22. I blink and I end up in some war in the middle of the desert. I blink again, I'm back home, getting mixed up in stuff that I never thought I would.
Like?
Well, I mean, like the other night. I mean, you know, when I shot that guy, the only thing I could think about was making sure that Maxie didn't get hurt.
Well, looks like the bottle practice paid off then.
Yeah, now I'm gonna be cop.
Same objectives, different uniform.
Yeah, same violence. I mean, is that all we have to look forward to? I mean, are we so brainwashed that people getting shot and killed is just another day at the office?
This is the way I look at it, all right? My training, it saved my life. It helped Sonny Corinthos. Now he owes me. That's a positive thing.
Yeah, maybe you ought to rethink that.
Are you worried about me? Or that we may end up on opposite sides of the war?
I thought you wanted out of the war because you didn't like the violence or taking orders.
So?
So, once you're under Sonny's thumb, you're going to be doing what he wants and when he wants it. And the only way to leave your job is in a body bag.
What do you know about it? Besides, have you ever known me to get into anything that I couldn't get out of? Go ahead. Be a cop. We'll see who retires first and with the best benefits.
Look who's here. What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I'm just checking up on my buddy here.
Oh, well. What's your pleasure? Comic book, or does that have too many words in it?
Got any medical journals?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, well, Logan was headed for medical school once. He joined the Army to help pay the bills.
But that goal's as dead as the guy you shot.
Why?
I got a spotty service record. It could backfire and cause some problems.
Hello? Yeah, I'll be right there. Looks like I'm wanted in the DA's office.
Mac probably wants to officially thank you for saving my life.
Or maybe you found out you cheated on your test.
Yeah, I'll better go.
Well, looks like Cooper turns out to be your little hero after all, doesn't he?
Jealous?
The only way you can express your gratitude to me is to indulge Mr. Barrett in some heavy mattress tag. But Sonny Corinthos can make me.
Oh. So you want to work for Sonny Corinthos? There's some noble ambition.
Robin. Welcome home. Nicholas and I had the most interesting day. Did you tell her about our visitors?
No, he didn't.
There's a seedy individual named Baldwin dropped by. He looked like he could use a good scrubbing.
Did he see you?
Yes. So, should anyone ask, we stick to the cover story. I'm dealing on a complicated deal with Nicholas, who doesn't have time to entertain anyone who drops by. All right?
So, judging from your record, you've been in tighter spots in the shootout last night.
Yes, sir?
Which is obvious why you were able to compromise your assailant's judgment and line him up for a shot right between the eyes, huh?
Yes, sir. Should we be talking about such graphic things in front of your daughter?
She's too young to understand. Well, the reason that I asked you here was because your actions last night, as well as your scores on your entrance exam, make you the kind of officer that the PCPD is looking for. So, I'm going to fast-track you. I want you on our team and in the field as soon as possible.
Mr. Corinthos, looks like you made it through last night better than I did.
Thanks in part to you. And just to show you how much I appreciate what you did, I'm going to take care of all your medical bills. Till you get back on your feet, you know.
That works.
Yeah.
But if you really want to be grateful, I could use a job.
That can be arranged. I'll talk to my wife, my ex-wife. Maybe they can hire it at the Metro Court as a security detail.
That wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
You're a smart kid, so I'm gonna give you some advice. You take what you can get, because I've already given as much as I want to give today.
We can't just shut out the rest of the world.
Of course you can. You're pretending to be two young lovers.
People will get suspicious. You even said so
Then
yourself.
deflect those suspicions. Make them part of your challenge.
Why are you doing this?
Because I can, Paddy. And you having a meltdown won't help your girlfriend. Are you confused by the change of your surroundings? Do we need to review the ground rules? They're exactly the same as they were when you were my guests at the Metro Court. You do what I want, and you... Who's there? I was sure I heard something.
Look, I live with staff in a large house. There will always be noise here, so please put the gun away before I have to explain why a business associate of mine shot the butler for bringing tea.
You know, I have to admit that you're a wonderful host, and I'm enjoying our arrangement, but should I find it necessary to kill Alfred and anyone who's inconvenient to me, I will not hesitate. And then I'll vanish, and you'll die from the poison while noble Dr. Scorpio looks on.
And you will love every minute of it.
Well, I'd be far away, but I'd certainly enjoy the thought.
Why are you even here? You have your new identity, and Nicholas will gladly pay you millions to disappear. So why don't you just leave, give him the counteragent, and let us all get on with our lives?
Oh, you see, I have other plans at the moment.
Well, your other plans might get you caught.
You know, for all your fire and medical savvy, Dr. Robin Scorpio, you're a bit of a goody two-shoes. And next thing you know, you'll be lecturing me to free Nicholas so he can take care of his poor ailing mother and his problems with guardianship.
What problems with guardianship?
Scott Baldwin wishes to be Laura's legal guardian.
But I thought she assigned Luke.
What else do you know about my mother?
What does Laura do that's so interesting? Does she shatter in a million pieces without provocation? Does she have visions of the Armageddon, speak in tongues?
Oh, actually, she doesn't say anything. She's essentially catatonic.
Catatonic? I mean, really? All this fuss for a vegetable?
You listen. You shut up about my mother. My mother is a beautiful and courageous woman who was struck down in the prime of her life. If you say anything about her, if you do anything to her, I swear
You'll
to God,
what?
Go ahead, kill me. Kill me, see how far you get. You're a dead man without me. So you keep that in mind the next time you decide to ridicule my mother.
You know what? Fair enough. Mummy's off limits.
Okay. Is it my imagination, or did Craig just turn into a human for a second?
Yes, thank you. I'll be expecting your call. Thank you. So my lawyer's looking into my options with Laura.
Good. Wait, what about Alexis? What, can she take care of that for you?
Well, she offered to. I mean, she was here when Baldwin barged in, but I still think she's too weak, and honestly, I want to keep her away from here.
Does Alexis suspect anything?
Just the opposite, actually. She's built quite a rapport with Mr. Craig/Brosnan.
That's not a good thing.
It might be easier to sign the guardianship over to Luke.
It was really important to your mom that you take care of her. I mean, that was her last independent choice. Don't you want to honor that?
No, I know. You're right. I should honor her wishes. You're right.
I'm sorry, I can be really bossy sometimes. Patrick is usually the one that calls me out on that.
You miss him, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I miss Emily, too. I wish this would just all be over.
It will be over when we find the counteragent. But unfortunately, right now, we need Craig a lot more than he needs you.
You're the psycho from the Metro Court. I talked to you on the phone. You sick bastard. Why did you come back? And why are you forcing Robin to pretend she's in love with Nicholas?
Isn't it a relief not to be bothered by these silly Hippocratic oath? First, do no harm. That's ridiculous. Of course you want to do me harm. What's it going to be, sudden death or persistent vegetative state?
I'm not gonna lose my career for garbage like you. You're gonna rot in jail. I saved Dr. Robin for you, and this is what I get! You're a fool, Paddy boy. If I die, Nicholas dies, and poor little Robin will be haunted for the rest of her life. But, you know what? You're a clever boy. Eh? You put up a reasonable fight. But now, it's time for the proverbial flying leap.
Stop!